Hey, this is KristenxBabe and I look atrocious, but I want to make a video letting girls and guys know what, MEPS was like for me. So, I went to this MEPS in Beckley, West Virginia, because I live in Virginia right now. So I went to this MEPS in Beckley, and it was not very, scary like I thought it was going to be. Right, what happened was the first day I had to take my ASVAB. So, I went I went to my recruiter's office first, and like I went there at I had to be there by 10:30, so I went there at 10:30, and we went over some paperwork, and then I went on a bus to go to the MEPS place, and it's like about 2 hours from where I live. So then I went there, and when I got there, I had to go through a metal detector thing, whatever, put my bags through that, and then sorry I keep saying I checked in with the front desk, then he told me to go sit down and wait for testing. I waited probably about like 45 minutes sitting there. Oh yeah, you have to put your stuff in this like locker room thing. It's really like a room with a bunch of cubbies. You just put your stuff in there. You have to leave your phone in there for when you're testing. So then I went and took the test. Like he gave me a paper, went back to this room and took the test, and the test was there was stuff I didn't really know because I didn't know it was gonna be on the test. So I'm gonna make a video about the ASVAB since I'm sure every video I've watched about it, it does not mention the extra parts of the test. Everyone mentions like math, science, reading. Yeah, but there's more. Okay. So, and then after you are, sounded weird. If you're joining the Air Force, then you have to take a different test, which is like a personality test. I don't know what it's called exactly. So you have to take that after that exam. And then you get your scores right after you take them. Well, I did at least because I went to this MEP. So then I got my scores um, right after I took them. And I got a 67. But then, hold on, I'll show you. You get them like in an envelope. If I can find mine, I have like pretty much everything. Yeah, you get them in an envelope. Can't see that. It says my name on it. Stever. My last name is Stever. Yeah. Kristen Stever, because I got married. And my recruiter before I went gave me this list, so that way you know all of the jobs and what score you need to get that job. Okay, so then when I got all my ASVAB, well I could do this in another video, but this is what they gave me. It tells you all your scores. And I actually got a 68 on my ASVAB, which I was pretty disappointed about. I wanted to beat my husband. My husband got a 91, but whatever. So, anyways, after that, I told the guy I was done with the test, and he was like, okay, just go sit down and wait for everyone else to be done with the test, you can go to the hotel. So then basically I waited for about like 2 hours for everyone else to finish, because I was the first one to take it. So I waited, and then I was starving, but you could use your phone, luckily. Watch TV, there's a TV, and yeah, so I watched TV, played with my phone, just waited for everyone to finish up. Then everyone finished up, and we went over to the hotel, and then checked in, and I had a roommate. Her name was Heather, and she was really cool. He gave us meal cards, and, well, like, not cards, but like little tickets. Or the kind you get at a fair or something. So I got those, and then we went and ate, and yeah, I ate. The food was alright. It was a restaurant at the hotel, so if you're just a regular person going to that hotel, you can use the restaurant too. There was a pool we could swim in it, but neither me or my roommate brought our bathing suits, and we were bummed about it. So then the next, we stayed up until well, there's a game room we went and played in. There's a gym, we played in that a little bit. And then we had to be in our room by 11. So we went to our room at 11 and went to sleep. Well, we didn't go to sleep. We were kind of talking and stuff. She took a shower. I was on my phone playing around, talking to my husband, random stuff, watching TV. So then we finally fell asleep, and then had to wake up at 5:45. They called and woke us up. I took a shower, and we had to be at breakfast by 6:15, and the bus left at 6:45 to go back to Beckley Met. When we got to that time, we had to we were going to medical testing, medical. So we put all of our stuff in the lockers, and including our phone. You cannot use your phone in medical. And first, what you do is you go to a little briefing thing about how if anyone disrespects you or whatever, you're gonna tell one of the sergeants. And you also talk about how anything you say will be counted against you. Like if you lie, it's up to 5 years in jail or something. So yeah, that's basically what it is. And then you go over and you have your medical record. So you go to either the hearing test or the eye test, depending on which one they want you to go to first. And I went to the hearing test first. And the hearing test was definitely, I don't know. I passed it, of course, but it was really difficult. I thought I was gonna die because it was so hot. It's like a little box, and you're dying because you can't breathe, and you hear all these tones all the time. You're like, duh, 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 duh. Yeah, it's really crazy, but don't worry about it. You'll pass it fine. Just click your button a lot. If you think you hear a tone, hit the button because you most likely are. I wasn't sure if I was hearing my tones or someone else's, but yeah. And then you go to take your hearing test, and if you are your vision test, and it's pretty easy, standard vision test. If you're joining the Air Force, you gotta do a depth perception test. If you fail that, it's okay. I passed it. So it's basically there's a bunch of little circles, and you have to say what circle is coming closest to you, which one is popping out at you. You just say it. It was a little difficult. I missed one of them because I didn't understand, but it was the first one I missed. So then after that, then you go back into the room, and you have to fill out this. Oh yeah, you get your blood pressure checked too when you first get there. Then you go back into the room, and then they do the breathalyzer, and you have to fill out the survey you filled out with your recruiter before you went to Beck. You have to fill out one of those again, pretty much. So that's what you do there, and then after that you go get your blood drawn, and that was not fun. Okay, I got my blood drawn and almost passed out because I never got my blood drawn before. And I sound like such a baby in this video, but yeah, they drew my blood right there. You can't see, but right there. And it's still kind of tender. But they twisted the needle. I don't think they're supposed to do that, but I don't know. Anyways, and after that, you go sit down and wait. It's a lot of waiting, but it goes really fast. So you sit down and wait for your second, and then you go talk to the doctor, and the doctor checks you off or doesn't check you off, I guess. I got checked off. Everyone pretty much got checked off. Don't worry. Just be honest. If you smoke pot or something, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Don't be honest about that. I never did any drugs before, so I was fine. But I mean, some people, I don't know. Just be honest, because you can go to jail. But don't tell them anything you haven't told your recruiter because your recruiter could get a waiver. So anyways, then you go, after that, they split you up, boys and girls, and the girls go in one, the boys go in another, and you do your P test. It's not that bad. The lady watches you, of course. There's only 3 stalls at once, so only 3 people can pee at a time. And then for girls, they do pregnancy test. They do the pregnancy test immediately, and they do the protein and sugar in your urine immediately, too. And then the rest of it is sealed off to go to their testing lab for drugs and everything. So if you do drugs or whatever, don't worry, you're not going to get disqualified that day, but just know you might be doing all this for nothing. So I wouldn't do drugs. Then you go into the room, another room, and you get undressed to your bra and panties. This is for girls, I don't know for guys. And you have to like do some exercises things, pretty weird, just to make sure like all your joints work correctly. And oh yeah, you get height and weight, and I weighed 111. Huh. So close to the minimum for my weight. So uh, don't like be below the minimum, but at the same time don't be above the minimum, because if you are or above the maximum, if you are, then you have to do a test of body fat, and if your body fat percentage is too much, then you're disqualified until you can lose the weight and lose the percentage. So just know that. And then I think I might split this into two videos. So be back.